Hi guys, I'm Kyungmi Kim at Korean Institute of Psychoeducation. Today I will fact check for types of people who can become sex offenders. You may think that most sex offenders are men, and women do not make sexual offenses as much as men do. Why would many people think that men are more susceptible to being sexually offensive than women? It is because men and women have different operational mechanism of mind and zest mind. Men's zest mind is supposed to operate for women's body, mind, and happiness. Men who have the most powerful sex ability can comply with women in every aspect. In other words, men do not connect sexuality and emotions. Women usually connect sexuality and emotions, so they feel that the operation of sexuality is as complicated as the operation of their emotions. Women tend to believe that love should precede sexual actions, and they develop feelings of love or want in my mind through sexual actions. Sexuality is for more than pleasure for most women. Human beings cannot recognize the operation of zest mind in the conscious. They can only recognize the result of the operation of zest mind in the conscious in their mind. Therefore, men feel as if sexuality, love, and passion operated separately, and having sex were mostly about having fun. On the other hand, women connect sexuality, love, and positive feelings all together and always connect emotions with sexuality. The first problem here is that men easily relate to positive moods, such as a woman smiling at them with having sex. They think that women also easily connect positive moods with having sex. Of course, this can be perceived as something negative by women and give them uncomfortable feelings. The second problem is related with men's defense mechanism that deals with stress. Men are designed to remove stress and get themselves immersed into positive moods when they are stressed to be able to generate passion and move for the future. The most intense positive moods come from sexual pleasure. When men have great stress and cannot address it in a healthy way, they easily fall for pursuing sexual pleasure. Men can develop psychological disorders when they cannot deal with stress in a healthy way. Men who have psychological disorders are always under great stress, and they may make sexual expressions in stress situations in spite of themselves if they have developed expression disorder. They may make inappropriate sexual expressions using speech, actions, or facial expressions. They may end up making sex crimes when they cannot control their sexual desire and develop the consciousness disorder. Any man can become a sex offender when they lose stress healing system in their mind and develop psychological disorders. Perceiving having sex only as a means of achieving pleasure is the starting point of becoming a sex offender, so it is important to build the right concept regarding the operational mechanism of human sexuality and psychology. Even children can be exposed to continuous stress in the modern society beyond their capacity of healing stress, which can be manifested as incidents of juvenile delinquencies. To make matters worse, conventional sex education reinforces distorted concepts of human sexuality in children and teenagers by providing superficial information and emphasizing aspects of sexual pleasure instead of teaching fundamental operational mechanism of human mind and sexuality. Women can also become sex offenders. Women usually use having sex as a means to generate feelings of love and happiness in their mind since women tend to connect having sex with feelings of love. They may try to look sexually attractive to men using their speech, actions, and facial expressions, as well as makeup and fashion. When men respond to them based on their own sexual desire, women perceive it as attention and love for them. That is, women want attention and love, but men just respond based on their own sexual desire. This different perception between men and women may often cause misunderstanding and conflicts. Women may perceive men's sexual actions only based on men's sexual desire as attention and love. This mechanism explains the phenomenon where men want sexually attractive women and women want to become sexually attractive. To everyone's surprise, when men's sexuality is activated to satisfy their sexual desire instead of for women's love and happiness, zest ones are generated in men's zest mind, and negative energy affects their body and mind, causing psychological problems, somatization, and sexual dysfunctions. The more sexual desire men have, the more damage they get on their body and mind. However, they cannot recognize it since they sense only pleasure in the conscious in my mind. Men tend to think light of sexual offense inflicted on them since they cannot recognize the damage in the conscious as much as women do. Some men may even perceive it as something pleasurable, not knowing why. Interpreting the operational mechanism of sexuality at the level of my mind, recognized in the conscious instead of the level of zest mind, causes men to respond fervently to women who are sexually attractive without realizing how much they are being damaged just by looking at such women, and women to do anything to achieve sexual attractiveness for love and attention without realizing how much wounds they are accumulating in their mind. Women are designed to connect sexuality and love so that they can generate feelings of love and happiness in my mind and sexual happiness in zest mind, whether they have a partner or not. Men can generate passion and pleasure by staying with women who operate my mind and zest mind in the right way without damaging themselves. Men's body, mind, and sexuality need to be activated only to protect and comply with women's body, mind, and sexuality, and women's body and mind and sexuality need to be activated only to generate their own happiness and sexual happiness. Both men and women can achieve happiness and sexual happiness beyond their imagination when they can enter this virtuous cycle.